We are right now in the midst of the Parshat about Korbanot. We are learning about sacrifices, the different types, the different animals, and we have to stop for a second and think, why? What is the purpose of all of these sacrifices, and in what way does this allow us to get closer to Hashem? What makes this question even more difficult is the way that the Rambam tries to answer it. He says that the korbanot were placed in these parshiot and the mitzvot were here in order to wean the Jewish people off of primitive avodah zarah, idol worship practices that they were used to coming out of Egypt. In Egypt, they served many idols, and the way that they served them was through the korbanot. So instead of Hashem just saying, you know what, no sacrifices whatsoever, he told them, we're going to take the way that you used to sacrifice and the way that you used to worship, and we're going to place it into the realm of serving the one true God. The Ramban does not like this answer at all. He attacks the Rambam in many places, and he says, first of all, historically, how can you say that sacrifices are only here to wean the Jews off of ancient practices? Sacrifices have been around since Adam HaRishon. Cain and Hevel gave sacrifices. Noah gave sacrifices when there was no idol worship at that time. So how could it be that they're just there in order to wean the Jews off of it? I think, though, that the Rambam's answer, the Rambam's way of looking at things is very profound. The Rambam, in essence, is saying is that the Torah does not only give us some grand ideal. The Torah has the ability to teach us how to go along the journey itself. The Torah doesn't try and just remove us from wherever we are and say, be amazing, be close to Hashem, be something that you're not right now. Rather, it says, there is an ideal, and we're going to show you how to get there. Avodat Hashem, serving Hashem, is not only about reaching some sort of goal. Because in the end of the day, there is no goal when you're talking about reaching something infinite. Rather, the journey, the path, is the way that we're supposed to get there. Being on the path is the end within itself. And so the Torah turns to every human being and says, forget about where you're supposed to be right now. Think about where you are, and the Torah will have a path for you to get somewhere even greater. Wherever you are, the Torah meets you. That's the profoundness of a God-given Torah. It's not just some book written at some time, but rather it's a book that comes. It's a book from Hashem that comes and meets us wherever you are and allows us to grow from there in order to reach the closer and closer we are to Avodat Hashem. Shabbat Shalom.